It's really hard to explain back in 2019, the chaos that was in schools. They were going to be getting rid of guidance counselors. I mean, it was just an absolute mess. And there's always this worry for teachers and education workers that at any moment, the Conservatives will do that again. They're just going to decide, Stephen Lecce is going to say they're going to up the class size because, you know, they need to save money. And they always seem to be willing to save money at the expense of education. When Ford first came to power, they mandated that all students in high school were going to have to take 4 courses online. They were going to have to. That's been revised to 2. There was a lot of pushback from parents and unions and students and whatnot. But as of this year, students who are in grade 9 must take 2 online courses. And I am so vehemently opposed to this. Too many students don't do well online. They just don't, especially students with learning disabilities. And I talked earlier about that gap between students who do well and students who don't do well. And this is just going to make that much bigger, particularly marginalized students. And there's already, again, this gap, and online learning will do nothing to improve that gap. In fact, it will just make it bigger. There is no research that says this is a better form of learning. This is a generation that needs more face-to-face time, not less. And so the only reason for online learning is to save money. That's it. You could put more kids in classes. You're not using a school. Ultimately, what this government wants to do is create an online platform and then sell it to other jurisdictions. So it's really important to be clear that this is not 21st century learning. This is the government trying to save money at the expense of our kids. And it should not be mandatory. You know, we live in a world of choice. Students can choose it, but don't force it. There's just too many kids who it doesn't work for. They're not going to do well. They're going to be disengaged, and that gap is just going to grow bigger.